Like, all the society is doing is leeching off the ghetto. They use the ghetto for their pain, for their sorrow, for their culture, for their music, for their happiness, for their movies, to talk about boys in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be I don't want to be 50 years old at a BET, We Shall Overcome Achievement Awards. You know what I'm saying? Not me. You know, I want when they see me, they know that every day when I'm breathing, it's for us to go farther. You know, every time I speak, I want the truth to come out. I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world, and that's our job. It's to...
America is the perfect platform for equality. We literally have a little piece and big pieces of every culture. Perfect platform for equality. They say it's not a race thing, it's about cops. But at the end of the day, it's because there are racist cops. Even some of the people of the same groups discriminate, you know? The problem is that these racist people are giving weapons and authority. What do you expect the outcome to be? The goal is to abolish racism. And it's been tough to do all these centuries, all these years, because it's a mindset, it's a mind frame, it's a within thing, it's an intuition thing, it's a soul thing, it's a spirit thing. And a lot of people can't reach their spirit. A lot of people can't touch their soul. You need to be in tune with the universe. Believe in something. In the grand scheme of things, it's not about one group versus another group. The black versus white is just the most prominent of our time period. And this just exemplifies the problem, which is discrimination and just opposing a whole group. I mean, we've seen this in history already, and we've seen that it was wrong. Why are we repeating it just in other cultures? We need to learn, we need to grow, we need to evolve. We all have the power to change our reality. Our only problem should be nature, not each other. Let's stop fighting each other. That's for humanity in total. Stop fighting each other. What's meant to be will be, and that's divinity. Righteousness versus reality.
It boils my blood, all of this shit, because none of this shit is new. This ain't the first time this been said. That's why I stay quiet most of the times, because all this shit has been said.
Nothing called racial integration at that time in Atlanta.
Now, that's a description of the system. Was anybody actually cruel to you or violent to you because you were colored?
Yes, we did confront some of those problems. I remember as a child seeing problems of police brutality. And this was mainly aimed at Negro children and Negro adults. I can remember also the organization that is known as the Ku Klux Klan. This is an organization that stands on white supremacy, and an organization that in those days even used violent methods to preserve segregation and to keep the Negro in his place, so to speak. Now, I can remember...
It's time to reconstruct the foundation. If you take weapons, if you take drugs, if you split the pie fair, please tell me where would the crime rate actually be? Why are there so much guns in the hood? Because the government allows it. The government transports it. You know, like, motherfuckers act like they created black people in a lab and shit, and they lost control of them. Like, and they're just trying to gain control again. Like, no group is supposed to control another group. Every group is supposed to prosper in their own way. Just always remember and keep in mind, 2 black people could have a white baby, create a white person. 2 white people cannot create a dark person. I'm gonna cut right to the chase, man. Personally, trust me when I tell you, I studied this generation, period. Let me just say that. I lived it and studied it at the same time. I was a student and a teacher of it, same time. Getting tutored and giving in classes at the same time. So look, to me, if Dame Dash, Jay-Z, and Kanye West all came together, all their resources, put everything else aside that is just lifely errors of misinterpreting, of having different, views of respect, regardless of all that, this right now in this world is way bigger than any differences. I always say money ain't the root of all evil. It's what people would do for that money. And when I say help, I'm talking about longevity type shit. I'm talking about like legitimate. I know y'all, my fault, I'm talking like I know y'all. I know them three got legitimate businesses, they help their people. I'm talking about on some monopolized type shit, like how they did, like that type. Like, we need to build stocks and bonds separately, a different Wall Street, a different street. You see what I'm saying? Like, of course, everybody should come together and help as well. I'm just emphasizing those three individuals. We've paved our way in so many different aspects. Motherfuckers done learned the game, read the game, played the game, like while getting rocks thrown and all that, breaking through. But I know damn well that all the bumps and all the bruises and all of that just makes for a stronger warrior. You see what I'm saying? And now's the fight. Now's the time to unleash that beast that has manipulated into believing that it's something less than what it's viewing. But we got the mirror. We now see that it's a mind game. We know who we are. We know we're the strong. We know we're necessary. That original Rockefeller group, they could do it. I genuinely believe they could, just because their reach, their intellect, they're superior. They literally, all three of them are. And Titans, Kings, guys, always in the mythology, all of that, they're always gonna clash. Always. But this ain't the time for clashing. This the time for some real shit to occur. Damn, that shit fucked me up. That shit threw me all the way off. Cops and shit and all of that are funded by billions of dollars and our money. So why the fuck they need quotas and all of this you need to get this much speeding tickets or you won't get a bonus? Like, what? Like, this shit is all fucking barriers and barriers of you gotta break free. And it's like, how the fuck can we break free and all odds stacked against? But you know what? It's gonna come a time that the shit gonna shift, because all of this attempting to hinder lives of certain groups of people are only making that groups of people stronger. Stronger. It's tough to say to abolish weapons, period. That's tough to say, even though, because ultimately we need them for protection, for something that does pose a threat or, may pose a threat. But once weapons become an offensive tool, that's when it's a robbery only stems from feeling like you're lacking. You need something that you lack. Why is that feeling so common in the minority section of the world, or in the earth of America, my bad? Why is that so common like that? No, fuck that. It shouldn't be no separation between America, this and that. The whole world, this is about humanity. That's what everything's about. It's not sectioned up. It's not that shit, the sections and shit is barriers, just like how seemingly skin color is a barrier. How all the shit that meets the eye is a barrier. Everything is unified. Fuck. America is literally fighting itself. Why are we fighting ourselves? For what? Yo, unity needs to prosper from all of this. Certain people don't have the luxury of loving or receiving love. Shit, let alone have the people in their lives to give you or to love. And it's like not having that. Certain people don't have that luxury. And it's primarily because the only thing they could think about day to day is how they are going to survive. Every thought they have stems from, I have to survive through this day. Like, and it's not a mental thing. It's not like, oh, it's mentally draining. No, it's physically. I could die every day. Like, to feel that, and it's not no natural cause of death, to feel like you're gonna die in somebody else's hands, to think you could get murdered at any given day, daily, as if you're in the army. No, we're civilized people now. We're civilized people now. We need to comprehend everything we do in a manner that it is for our future, and our future depends on unity. Our future depends on everybody working together. We are all one body, and right now our legs are working against each other. Everything step by step, even if it's a baby step. We got to go forward. We got to go up.
Another barrier that we got is language. We've said everything within the Webster's dictionary. We've said it all in all the different types of combinations, all the different types of forms. We don't have the words to express the truth.
There's people that really have to start below zero and have to dig themselves out a hole that they never even put themselves in. Although I will say that those tools or those concepts that it takes to get out that hole, it'll damn near allow you to fly. America's supposed to be the land of the free. Well, it seems to me that the CEOs of it are not holding up their end of the bargain. And that's where all the terror is occurring. That's where all the fuck shit is occurring, you know. You know, minorities have broken homes, but the white people, that's their children, you know, the ones with access to these weapons that are doing these mass shootings so often. I haven't seen one black child in the mass shooter, well, be the mass shooter. So there's something wrong with that home. I think that's the broken home, you know. What they're trying to portray, it's eating itself alive within, because it's pure evil, and evil will not conquer. It will not. Positivity will always outweigh. We need to realize that if it is a resource issue, and that's why, you know, the powerful want to hold everything in and just give a little bit out. If it's a resource issue, it's gonna run out anyways. What y'all gonna outlast us a couple years? Let's all live together, and if it comes to it, and us as humans, if we proportionalize everything and still run out of resources, let's all die together. This is a humanity thing. Human, mankind. That.
The George Floyd killing is definitely more of a symbol than the actual incident, and I'm glad it got magnified for sure.
The first thing people wanted to say is that he was on drugs, this and that. Whatever the case was, we're speaking of George Floyd here. Whatever the case was, that does not give any other man the right to take a life away. He was not opposing a threat or anything. Not any type of threat. He's over here begging and pleading. That's the opposite of a threat. Vulnerability. Begging for his life. Calling for his mother. He's not calling for a man. He ain't calling for, oh, daddy. He ain't calling for none of that. Not uncle. Nobody. A woman. Mama. That's all he wanted. He wanted to feel that comfort. He wanted her to tell him everything is gonna be okay. Even though he knew it wasn't gonna be okay, he could not breathe. In order to live, every organism needs to breathe. Breathe. You're taking a man's ultimate element for survival, and you're taking it away by putting all the pressure you can, cutting all airways. Knew damn well what the fuck you were doing, and then once he's unconscious, you throwing his body around, letting his neck, like, that shit is beyond frustrating, beyond irritable. It's like Lil Wayne was talking about, shit is normal, and it is, but it shouldn't be. It definitely shouldn't be. But this ain't the first. It clearly wasn't the last. There's been killings after. Like, this shit is normalized. It's just like, you could compare it to slavery, because that shit was normalized to a certain society. That's just wrong as fuck. Day to day, motherfuckers waking up as slaves. That's wrong. You feel me? But it was normalized. And that's what people don't understand, that just because something's normalized does not make it right. The battle between righteousness and reality, fuck what's going on in front of us. What's right? What's fair? Shit obviously always grows and evolves, but we starting below zero. Below zero. Shit, the death penalty illegal in damn near every state, let alone motherfucking killing somebody on sight without a jury, without a judge, without... What? You're literally hall patrol, and you over here killing people. I Googled how many cops get killed in traffic stops, and there was so many other links before you even get to this shit. Like, that shit is not common. Motherfuckers act like that's the most common way death occurs, is traffic stops. Like, why are all these deaths during traffic stops and stuff like this? Like, that's why Jay-Z stopped that stop and frisk shit, because that could lead to shit like this. Like, you just randomly getting stop and frisk, automatically now somehow you died. Just because you got a gun and badge, you think you're an executioner? This shit is disgusting. I literally can't even wrap my head around this type of shit. And then Ray Brooks. That's not a deadly weapon. Y'all knew exactly what weapon he had, a taser. Yes, it would have been unlawful. Yes, it would have been misconduct. But look at this. He was drunk, supposedly. Y'all supposedly knew he was drunk. Automatically, motherfuckers know if somebody's drunk. You know, they're not all there. They're not stable right now. If he's running away, let him run at that point. Y'all got his vehicle right there. Y'all got his information. He's on the run. He's going to be on the run for a DUI and resisting arrest. Anything y'all want to pile up on him. When y'all find him and y'all see him, y'all got him. But you going to take his life away? You knew that taser that taser is not going to kill anybody. He was running away. Let him run, and y'all gonna kill him? I'm glad to see though that, you know, charges are now being given and stuff like that. Although it's only because of the state that we're in, but hey, if this is what it took to get us to the next level, let's just hope. Let's just hope. I just want to have a moment of silence, not only for these killings, but just for any unjust, unruly killing, especially with somebody who feels that they have power just because they have a weapon. This one. America, we're literally the land of opportunity. Literally, every single person on this earth has dreamed, imagined, or heard of, thought of America. This shit, in minds, this is dreams, where dreams come true, you know, where miracles happen, all of that. We feel like we are the center of the universe. Enough with making a certain group of people feel like they're unworthy of prestigious jobs, but then yet benefiting every dollar from their talents. Because I'm gonna tell you this, our culture is entertainment. Everything about us is what we're entertained by. What we're entertained by is what we're influenced by. So all these celebrities, everybody that knows they impact the culture, that's who needs to stand together. Because those are our leaders. Let's be honest. Because they're more than entertainers. They have so much passion and art into them, and art reflects life. It mirrors life. It imitates life. You're hindering the course of nature, and is only hindering humanity. Without these surface problems that we have fighting within, how are we ever gonna prosper? Do we just care about technology and not humanity? Allow America to finally be great, man. That's it. Allow it to be great. Let go of the power. Stop clinging to it. Stop feeling like you need to be in control. You'll never be anyways. Maybe for, the duration of a time period, but not forever. Break the pattern, break the chains. Y'all already got the big money. All we want is change. Let go of the power. Let nature have its course. Let go of that fear of not being in control. Let the pendulum swing.